Welcome to the start of something new. Welcome to the AFC Champions League Elite. The first match day across the great and diverse continent of Asia. And the first opportunity for the teams in the East region to pick up 3 points in this inaugural edition of the AFC Champions League Elite. And what a setting, the Gwangju World Cup Stadium. Built for the jointly held Korea Republic Japan World Cup of 2002, now hosting a meeting between teams from those nations. As for the first time ever, we welcome Gwangju to the AFC Champions League for the first time to continental competition. What an honour for Lee Min-ki to lead the team out. And they take on the runners-up in the last edition of the competition, the last edition of the old Champions League. Now in their 7th time in this competition, but like everyone, they're first in the first ever AFC Champions League Elite, the Yokohama F Marinos. And their fans have come to the Gwangju World Cup Stadium hoping for victory against an inexperienced team in continental competition. But things are rarely that simple in football matches between these two nations. One is, generally speaking, guaranteed great excitement, great intensity and a great atmosphere. Especially as today is one of 3 days of Thanksgiving in the Republic of Korea. It's a public holiday. And it just adds to the festive feel to this debut of Gwangju FC in the AFC Champions League. Some changes made to the expected lineups, perhaps, from John Hutchinson, interim head coach of the Yokohama F Marinos, especially in goal. That will be very interesting to see how a youngster making his first start for the club performs in this setting. What a lovely venue. Capacity of 40,000 plus, hosting the debut of Gwangju FC and the debut of the AFC Champions League Elite in the East region. 12 teams, 8 match days. And the top 8 will advance to the round of 16 to join their counterparts from the West. This is the venue of one of the greatest moments in the footballing history of the Republic of Korea, where their national team beat Spain to make the semi-final stage of the World Cup, the best ever performance by an Asian team. Can they channel some of that spirit, the spirit of performing an upset, the spirit of beating favourites? Because there's no doubt that his side are the favourites to win this match, even though it hasn't been an ideal season for either of these teams domestically after such success the year before. Anticipation and excitement. Their debut is finally here. They've been here before, the runners-up from last time. Rebirth, change. Asian football has never looked like this before. The AFC Champions League Elite for the first time gets underway in the East region. And it's a debut for Gwangju FC from the Republic of Korea in continental competition. Their fans thrilled to be taking on the team that finished runners-up in the last ever edition of the old Champions League last season. The Yokohama F Marinos, keen to prove that they also belong in the AFC Champions League Elite. Keen to prove that they are good enough to make the final, and even better, because this time they'll want to win it. They'll have to start here, though, against Gwangju FC. The setting is the Gwangju World Cup Stadium. The great, diverse continent of Asia is seeing this brand new competition kicking off for the first time on match day 1. Many of those players are well and truly accustomed to continental football. Virtually none of the Gwangju players are. They've got just a couple who have experienced playing for other clubs in the AFC Champions League. In contrast, so much experience in the Yokohama F Marinos team, but not their goalkeeper. That will be very interesting. Team founded originally in 1972 as Nissan Motor FC, but technically founded in 1999 when the Yokohama Marinos and the Yokohama Flugels merged. The longest serving team in the top flight of Japanese football since 1982, against a team founded in December of 2010 and who have been part of the K-League since 2011. They've been relegated 3 times, Gwangju FC. Last season, fantastically finished 3rd in their first year back in the top flight to qualify for this competition. Kim Kyung-min is the starting goalkeeper for the home team, which is no surprise. He's only missed 2 matches in the league this season. In defence is captain Lee Min-ki, wearing number 3, who, like most of the team, makes his Champions League debut today. An exception to that is midfielder number 77, Oh Hoo-song, who is the only member of the squad to have scored in continental competition. He played in a couple of campaigns for Daegu several years ago. In reserve for Gwangju is Brazilian Gabriel, who wears number 11 and who has scored 7 times in the league this season. New competition, certainly not a new referee. This is the hugely experienced Alireza Fagani from Kashmir in the northeast of the Islamic Republic of Iran. He's refereed at 2 World Cups, 3 Asian Cups and the men's gold medal match at the Rio 2016 Olympics. Sean Evans from Australia, another experienced referee, is in charge of the video review system. What an opportunity for 21-year-old goalkeeper Riku Terakado, who starts in goal for the Yokohama F Marinos for the first time. He'll need support from the likes of number 15, experienced centre-back Takumi Kamijima. In midfield is number 6, reliable Kota Watanabe, and he'll make it easy for number 7, Elbert, to operate quite freely and create chances for a skilled attack. Watch for young man number 14, Asahi Uenaka, up front. On the bench for the visitors are some strong attackers should they need them, notably number 11, Jan Mateus. To make your debut in continental competition during the national holiday of Thanksgiving. Hugely special for Gwangju FC. This is a big step up for them, a big jump. They've twice been winners of the 2nd tier, K-League 2, most recently in 2022. They're taking on the 5-time champions of Japan and the runners-up on the last competition. But this is brand new. This is the AFC Champions League Elite. The very warmest of welcomes to you indeed, to this meeting between Gwangju FC and the Yokohama F Marinos. The setting is the Gwangju World Cup Stadium, built for the 2002 FIFA World Cup, hosted jointly by the two nations whose representatives are now contesting the first ever edition of the AFC Champions League Elite. A rebirth and new structure to Asian football, seeing the elite stage of the Champions League joined by AFC Champions League 2. This is the aforementioned Champions League Elite. In possession, Gwangju FC. Number 7 is Jasir Asani, born in Skopje, North Macedonia, but representing the Albanian national team. At this time, I would like to wish a happy Thanksgiving to anyone from the Republic of Korea watching this. Chuseok chaibonaseo. Hope you are having a wonderful festive time, that you're well fed, that you are suitably refreshed and sitting in front of the TV to enjoy this meeting between Gwangju and the Yokohama F Marinos. And there's an early opportunity that's in! Jasir Asani! The first ever goal in the AFC Champions League Elite for this debuting nation and its team of Gwangju FC. And it beats Riku Terakado, the 21-year-old, making his first start for the Yokohama F Marinos. So what a great idea from Asani to get an early shot in that tested the young goalkeeper, and one which he may well feel he ought to have deflected past the post. Well, it's a very tough beginning for the third choice goalkeeper for the Yokohama F Marinos. And how interesting, it's a gentleman who's played in the UEFA Champions League, the UEFA Europa League and the UEFA Conference League, who takes the initiative for this debuting club at the AFC Champions League Elite level. Elbert, 32-year-old Brazilian, decent idea, looking firstly for Uenaka and finding the captain, Kota Mizunuma, 34-year-old, Yokohama born and bred. His father, Takashi, played for the old Nissan FC team in the 1980s and 1990s. Fully cleared. Immediate response coming perhaps here from the Marinos, and scuffed by Elbert. The experienced Kim Kyung-min gathers easily. Goodness, the lift that it's given to the perhaps slightly nervous home fans is palpable, and there's the man who scored it. He finds 55, Park Tae-jun. Joined the club at the start of the season. They did invest in a fair few new players, Gwangju FC. Is Oh Woo-sung, the only player at the club who's actually scored in continental competition. 2 goals for Daegu FC in their 2021 and 2022 campaigns. Those of you are watching your first experience of AFC Champions League football. In the elite stage, there are 12 teams in the East region, 12 teams in the West region, in what is a brand new format for this season. And those of you who have been watching it for many years will remember the old format of groups of 4. Well, that's been replaced. And as a result, 8 of the 12 teams will go to the round of 16. They won't play every other team in the group. They will play 8 fixtures in all. Lee Jung-kyo, 49, head coach of Gwangju FC, took over in 2022, having largely been an assistant manager, part of the coaching staff at various clubs. Was the head coach of Ajo University for a brief spell about a decade ago. Very good player for Busan for his whole career. Junamano. They wasted that opportunity. It's rather peculiar, isn't it, for Yokohama F Marinos that their campaign in the brand new elite stage of the Champions League begins with turbulence for a goalkeeper, when the previous one ended with a turbulent goalkeeping situation in the second half of the final last year. Took on Al Ain several months ago, won the first leg, and then goalkeeper William Pott was sent off just around the halfway stage of the match. And it was a difficult time for Fuma Shirasaka, who's actually on the bench today. Ultimately they lost 5-1 and 6-3 on aggregate. He's always dangerous though, Elbert. Only scored a couple this season in the league, in contrast to the 9 goals that he scored in the last J-League campaign. 28 is Riku Yamane, 21-year-old. Goes to Hijiri Kato, 23-year-old, who joined the club just over a year ago from Vivaren Nagasaki midway through last season. Watanabe to Elbert. That's a great ball from Elbert. Clever play. It was the youngster Asahi Uenaka who got on to the end of it. That's why Elbert is there, to create chances like that. Uenaka, 8 goals in all competitions this season, just 3 of them in the league. He's been a good cup player, as he was last year when he really made a name for himself in the League Cup. Goal scorer Asani, 29-year-old. Taejon. Is Byun Jun-soo, 22-year-old, who joined the club this season from Daejeon Citizen. He was hopeful for a moment, wasn't he? And he certainly is off. Very interesting player, Asani. He's become very high profile in the Albanian national team because manager Silvino specifically wanted a left-footed right winger. And you saw the benefits of it in the second minute of the match. John Hutchinson, interim head coach, took over in July after Harry Kewell left the club. Played 11 times for Malta. He's born in Australia. And this is match number 10 for John Hutchinson. 6 of them have been wins. There have been a lot of goals scored as well. 23 in those 9 matches, but the concession of 12. But frankly, it's been that way for the Marinos for quite a while. They are a hugely exciting team. They have been for years, since their absolute transformation under the stewardship of Ange Postecoglou, now at Tottenham Hotspur. Took them from being a sleeping giant of Japanese football, one of the great early teams, top team in the early part of the century as well. They were very much a mid-table team until he came along, and they've been a higher performing team for the most part since. Touch on by Izanuma, the captain. Captain today, with no Yakida. The club captain for Gwangju FC, and Young Kyu is on the bench. So it's Min Ki wearing the armband today, number 3. What an assured start it's been from Gwangju. There is no doubt that the Yokohama F Marinos have sufficient attacking threat. And on the substitutes bench, some very strong players to bring on if they wish. Now, a chance to get this in from the right wing. And it is just amazingly in at the far post. Oh Hoo-song, the only player to have scored in continental competition before the start of this match at Gwangju FC. And he has scored in the 15th minute here to make it 2-0. The cross was from Jung Ho-yeon, and once again poor Riku Terakado is beaten. It looked for a moment as though it was actually going to go wide. Great ball, and what super play from Jung Ho-yeon. Remarkable. This will be the really illuminating angle. And it actually clips the post, I think. Oh, it's a rotten start for the 21-year-old. Barely had the chance to get his hands on the ball, and he's been beaten twice. Isn't it interesting in this match where there is so little experience for Gwangju FC in continental competition that the 2 goals have come from, in this case, the only player who's actually scored in the AFC Champions League and a player who has played in the UEFA equivalent of the competition. Just be scrutinising the extent to which Jung Ho-yeon was in line as that ball was played out to the right wing. Dear, you've got to feel for him though, haven't you? Goal confirmed. A 3rd goal in the AFC Champions League for Oh Woo-sung. There is the youngster who, I just remind you, is yet to play in the top flight of Japanese football. He has played 17 times in the 2nd tier during a loan spell of a few seasons at Renofa Yamaguchi. Was impressive when he came on as a substitute in the League Cup recently, hence his starting position today. Can the Marinos immediately hit back? What is a very entertaining match. Even against a team like the Yokohama F Marinos, or I should say especially against a team like the Yokohama F Marinos, you know that a 2-0 advantage is not the most entirely safe thing to have, because they are able to get back into games. They are capable of scoring, turning a match around, which they're going to have to do now. There, the furthest forward, that's nowhere near him. But goodness me, did these Gwangju FC fans dream that they would be 2-0 up after 15 minutes against the runners-up in the competition last season? The 20 is Lee Kun-hee. 3rd season at the club for the 26-year-old. Joined from Seoul, Iland. 2022. Well, Oh Woo-sung, he scored his first goal for the club on the 28th of August in the 2-2 draw with Ulsan in the Cup. to score in the league. Ambitious, shall we say? Slightly sheepish chuckle. Good ball there for Elbert. Keeps hold of it nicely. It's comfortably blocked. Reasonably well defended, but it's with Watanabe. Back to Elbert. Plays it quickly on to the fullback. Kato, good idea. Got really far forwards there, Ijiri Kato. He's a nice player, good signing for them. Junamano, once again, Ijiri Kato. They'll flit around and change position, the front players. Kato's ball. Mizanuma's touch. But only a touch. He certainly has players that he can bring on should he need to. Kuma Nishimura on the substitutes bench. Hasn't done a great deal domestically this season, but he's a very capable attacker. Jan Mateos is in reserve as well. It is certainly a rotated selection by Hutchinson. 16-year-old Hiroto Asada is on the bench, yet to make his debut. Winning the throw. Watanabe. Defending with determination at the moment, Gwangju FC. Not making many mistakes. Not being hugely risky when they've got the ball in their own half. Captain today, Imin Ki, as the rain seems to have intensified a little. He has spent his whole career at Gwangju, minus his military service 2018 to 2019. That is half of the course in football in the Republic of Korea. He's made over 150 appearances in the league. Well, purposeful, determined play once more from Gwangju FC. Shot from Lee Kun-hee. Has scored 5 times this season, 4 of them in the league. But he's on a run of 11 games without scoring, number 20 Lee Kun-hee. Over the halfway stage of the first half on match day 1 in the East region of the inaugural AFC Champions League Elite. A great start from Gwangju FC despite not having most of the ball. Second minute goal from Jasir Asani. And a 15th minute goal from Oh Husong. Might be another perhaps. Well saved, Riku Terakado. Oh, that surely will feel good. For the first time, a glimpse of this promising young goalkeeper. Stopped that nicely from the gentleman who beat him with his head about 10 minutes ago, Oh Husong. Not an easy save. And if you are young Riku Terakado, then you've probably just been desperate to do that for the last 25 minutes. Just to get your hand on a ball and make a proper save. Oh, so much space. Sunny. There again is the danger. That left-footed player operating on the right. Oh, she's fun to watch, isn't he? He's played over 300 matches, scored over 70 goals for all of his clubs in all competitions. The city of Gwangju is the 6th largest in the Republic of Korea, in the southwest of the country, and a lot of the players are from that same area. It's got a population of 1.5 million, an inland city. And as I mentioned at the very beginning of the game, so there's going to be a foul there. So many of the people who've come to watch this game today will have been celebrating Chuseok, the Thanksgiving holiday in the Republic of Korea. It really is a time for families to gather together. This sort of time of the evening, as it is in Gwangju, you'll see a lot of people, those who haven't come to watch this, plonked in front of the television, well fed and spending time with the family, watching the football. Of the home team, just getting to half-time with it being 2-0 is very significant, because Marinos will really have their mood lifted if they can just get one back before the break. They're having problems with Asani. That's the right idea, though, to restrict him into trying to play the ball in with his right foot. Looking for options, trying to cut back inside, but that was better coverage from Hijiri Kato. Yamano wearing number 20, 23-year-old, who has spent nominally his whole career at the Yokohama F Marinos, but has had quite a few loans, including 2 in the Republic of Korea, Ulsan HD and Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors. Played back by Takumi Kamijima, graduate of Chuo University. Joined the Marinos last year from Kashiwa Reysol. Bit of a messy field just for the last few moments. Important that Gwangju FC don't let the intensity level drop. Goalkeeper many clear options, are they? The other goal, somebody on shoulder at 32, Kim Kyung-min. 3 years at the club, he's been the first choice, or virtually the first choice. Did miss several matches in the league last season, where Lee-jun, the backup goalkeeper today on the bench, played 13 times. There's Anuma. Get it beyond the fullback and the captain, Lee Min-ki. Not so clear when one watches from this particular angle, but when you see on your screens a close-up view of the players, it's evident just how hard the rain is. You think about young Terakado and not gripping that ball early on. There's Elbert, he's got one. They are back in the game. Gwangju 2, Yokohama F Marinos 1. Exactly the undesired outcome for the home team, which is giving the visitors something to be buoyant about as they go into the half-time break. How well finished that was. Only scored twice in the league this season, but it was the touch on from Hijiri Kato to Elbert that was crucial. And he took that ever so well. Just as I was saying that you have to think about, for young Terakado, the ball might have been slippery, difficult to get his gloves onto, but there was nothing uncertain about that connection from Elbert. Asani. Does it just begin to sow seeds of doubt? Do the fans start to worry? Controlled, then massively overhit. It's good anticipation from Terakado. But the 34th minute goal from Elbert has really impacted the dynamic of the match. And I said it earlier, the Yokohama F Marinos are a team perfectly comfortable taking the outscoring you approach. They don't need it to be a tight game. They just need chances. One of the things that has made the Marinos among the most captivating clubs in Asia to watch, both domestically and at continental level, for many years. And they are two wonderful leagues as well, the Korea Republic and Japanese top flights. Get such entertaining football. Just a few little errors here and there from Gwangju. Far more than there were in the first half an hour. But a good burst forward. Support now arriving from Choi Kyung-rok. Here is Asani. Straight away, Kato tries to make it hard for him to go inside, but he does have to leave a gap on the right as a result. Oh, well done, the young goalkeeper at the near post. You can see Kato's plan, but he leaves too much of a gap around the back. And even from that tight angle, Asani able to get the ball to his favoured left foot and to test Terikado, who does really well. He's made two very good saves now, the young goalkeeper. And a kick from Park Tae-jun. Cleared by the goal scorer for the Marinos, Elbert. Once again, Park. Maybe just looking a little more settled now, Gwangju, after the few minutes following Elbert's goal seemed a little tentative. Number 2 is Cho Song-won, 23-year-old from Yongwon. It's a county in the southwest of the Republic of Korea. Not a million miles away from Gwangju. Very famous for the yellow croaker fish, which is a hugely popular gift. Seems the right sort of time to be talking about gift giving on Thanksgiving public holiday. This whole region of the Republic of Korea is famed for its fantastic seafood. Many of the traditional dishes in the region will have been cooked and devoured by families today. And the visitors, Yokohama Marinos, from one of the great port cities of Japan, not too far from Tokyo. It's gone behind for a corner kick to the Japanese team, to the runners-up from the last ever edition of the old AFC Champions League. His goal has changed the mood. Forward from defence come Takumi Kamijima, Taiki Watanabe. Kamijima's never scored for the Marinos. Touch away. Ken Kato, 24-year-old, coming up from defence. One of two Katos in the team, along with Hijiri. His powerful leap that steered the ball in the direction of Elbert for the goal that halved the deficit. He scored 3 times in the last AFC Champions League campaign, Elbert. 2 in the group stage, 1 in the round of 16 against Bangkok United. Little space for Uenako, doesn't last long though. Cut out well. Last few minutes before the break. Said before the start of this match that, generally speaking, you get very entertaining Champions League matches between teams from the Republic of Korea and Japan, and this has been in keeping with that tradition. And it has been an excellent debut from Gwangju FC. What a good touch that was from Choi. Sani got everything started with that second-minute goal. There's the player who got the second. This ball is a strong one to Choi Kyung-rok. Just a little miscommunication, perhaps. Tricky one this for Terracado, very tricky, but they managed to escape. But a foul to relieve the pressure on Jun Amano. Will be the first yellow card of the contest too. Number 23, Kim Kyung-jae. Year-old, second season at the club, left Jeju United last year. Much like Japan, the Republic of Korea begins its football season at the start of the calendar year. As we arrive at the point where we'll find out how many more minutes there are to be played, 3 of them. They will know, the Gwangju players, that the Yokohama F Marinos will go back into the dressing room feeling like they've started the comeback in earnest. They will expect even greater intensity when the second half begins, and they'll probably get it. It'll be interesting to see if John Hutchinson makes any changes. As though this half is going to end with Gwangju FC having to defend stoically. Nice little ball to Elbert. Just wouldn't slow down. He knows the idea was right. Conditions now for the matching orange ponchos. Talked about the fact that Tanakado didn't have many saves to make in the immediate aftermath of conceding the goals. The same could be said of Kim Kyung-min. The easiest day for either of the goalkeepers. Uenaka goes out to Mizunuma. One last chance perhaps to come here for the Marinos before half-time. Mizunuma! All quite comfortable in the end for Kim. Signs of the resurgence are easy to see. It's going to be a fascinating second half. Gwangju FC get one last attack in before the whistle. Nicely cleared. What a fascinating first half in the AFC Champions League Elite at the Gwangju World Cup Stadium. In the second minute, the goal scored by Jasir Asani. In the 15th minute, a goal from Oh Hoon Song. And then Elbert's 34th minute strike for the Yokohama F Marinos, getting them back into the game. All of that has set us up for a fascinating second period. At the break, it's Gwangju FC 2, Yokohama F Marinos 1. First half. Fascinating start to the AFC Champions League Elite. Brand new competition, brand new team in continental football in Gwangju. Such an exciting occasion for all of their fans. And it's always a wonderful thing when a brand new member of the Asian footballing family takes to the continental stage, especially when they're doing it against the runners-up in the previous edition of the tournament, and especially when they're beating them. The only caveat, and it's quite a significant caveat, is that Elber's 34th minute goal has shown that the Marinos are absolutely ready to mount a comeback. Brought on Ken Matsubara at half-time. 30-year-old who's been at the club since 2017. It all started so positively, courtesy of him. The second half begins at the Gwangju World Cup Stadium in the southwest of the Republic of Korea on the first match day in the East region of the AFC Champions League Elite. The Yokohama F Marinos are in possession, playing from left to right, and only 2-1 down at half-time, despite being 2-0 down after 15 minutes. Surely that's going to be offside. For the moment, play continues. And it's really well stopped by Tedakado, and absolutely was offside as it seemed. Yes, quite some way. The young goalkeeper wasn't to know that, and he denied Lee Kun-hee. At the other end, Junamano. Well kept in by Kim Kyung-min. This the first of 8 match days for all of the teams in the East and West regions. The top 8 of the 12 in each region will go to the round of 16. So that goes to Shazia Asani on the right. Brilliant ball, that's superb! Missed by Choi Kyung-rok, but what a pass from Jasir Asani. They were so focused on whether he might try to cut further inside and shoot, they missed that rather obvious ball through. Kyung-rok, who made it all the way through. Such important presence in the team, isn't he? The 29-year-old from Skopje in Macedonia, member of the Albanian national team. His first spell outside of Europe, last season. So the corner kick will come in from Choi Kyung-rok. He just returned from a decade in Germany at the start of the season. It's remarkable to think that when Choi Kyung-rok scored on the 10th of March in a 4-2 win against Gangwon, it was the first ever senior goal he'd actually scored in his home country. Germany from 2014 until the start of this year. The only change at half-time was the removal of Ijiri Kato for Ken Matsubara. Much more experienced, 30. Played in both legs of the final last year. Kato only played in the group stage twice in the last campaign, in contrast. Gilbert, in addition to his 17 appearances as of today in the Champions League, has also played in the Copa Libertadores. He's scored in the Copa Sudamericana. Started his career at Cruzeiro. He's native Brazil, playing for Bahia. Asani, nice little touch on. Hold of it, Ikunhi. And then a rather showy flick on from Shazir Asani. Would have been wonderful if it had worked. To the substitutes, Sabara. Mizunuma, that was well played, wasn't it, to Amano. Lovely ball to Elbert. Good attack building up here. And ultimately petering out. The first wave of that was excellent play. Reza Fagani, 46, in charge of this. One of the most experienced referees in Asia, indeed in the world. Mijima's ball to Matsubara. Zanuma lets it go. Yet to score for the Yokohama F Marinos. Deal with that experienced Matsubara. Comes in from Iming Ki. Husong, scorer of the second goal. Well, it hasn't been emphatic at the start of the second half from the Yokohama F Marinos. Not as purposeful as one might have expected, considering the way they got back into the game. It's going to be a foul. It will do very nicely for Gwangju FC to have a reasonably quiet start to the second half. No doubt that was a foul by Ota Watanabe. Actually scored in the first leg of last season's Champions League final. It was a 2-1 win over Al Ain. It went rather wrong in the second leg. Cut out nicely by Terakado. He's played well, actually, since the concession of those goals, although that said he's under a little pressure here. Ultimately, at least gets it away. It's not decisive goalkeeping, but it's the safest possible option. I think he might well feel his own teammates didn't make it too easy for him. But considering the rotten start he had to the match, he's done very well, the 21-year-old. Shown character. Asani waits for the overlap, well timed, stabbed away by Watanabe. Here's Asani again. So much of the ball, Jasir Asani. Good idea! That's magnificent! To Gwangju, and this gentleman has been the star of their AFC Champions League Elite debut. Certainly suggestions that Terakado should have saved the first. That was verging on unstoppable for the young man. Brilliant trajectory on the ball. Deceptive. Curls in exquisitely. Really is one of those game-changing, exciting, devastating players, Jasir Asani. He's only scored twice in the league this season, albeit in just 7 appearances. Both of them were last month. 2 goals here. evidence of what he can do, especially in big matches. Wenaka. Mizunuma. Good position this for Kota Mizunuma. I think he took it out of play. Indeed so. Well, I think based on the ending that we saw to the first half, the last 10 or so minutes, I think if you had been told there'll be a goal in the first 10 minutes of the second half, you would probably have expected it to go against Gwangju. He was just onside there, Ikunhi. Oh Husong tried to find the pass to Asani. Some good decisions in front of goal. Sabata could do was get it away, but he was fouled after releasing the pass. It's actually going to be a yellow card to Oh Husong. Second yellow card for a Gwangju player. It is a little late. So he joins Kim Kyung-jae as two players who've been cautioned by referee Alireza Fagani. They won't care too much if they can hold on and win this game. Not that they look as though they're trying to hold on, and that's what's so exciting about it. They've come out in a very positive way at the start of the second half, the team in orange. One back fairly. Amano quickly plays it on. Wenaka does excellently. Elber's overlapping. And it will go to Elber. Unexpectedly, he's put it in. Well, a little touch of fortune in how the ball made its way to Elber. But another excellent finish from the Brazilian, who gets his 5th AFC Champions League goal. And it comes in the 60th minute to make it 3-2. Was actually looking, I think, for Mizunuma, and he doesn't spot Amano. It just collides with Jun Amano, finds Elber, and he finishes well. What a super match. Twice that Elber has seized upon a ball that he probably wasn't expecting to come to him. Now changes being made by John Hutchinson. Kenta Inoue. We've also got Takuma Nishimura. Keigo Sakakibara. So it's going to be a very different feel now, as Amano is one of the players who's gone. Kota Mizunuma has also gone off, and Kota Watanabe likewise. So 4 of the 5 changes have been made. Of particular note is number 9 attacker Takuma Nishimura coming on. He scored 3 times in this competition, or its predecessor, to be completely accurate. Seen much of Nishimura in domestic football this season, just 1 goal in 7 appearances. It was last month in the 3-1 win at Kawasaki Frontale. Played by Matsubara, little touch on from Inoue. wrestled back by the home team. It's risky. Just needs to play it comfortably away. Kyung-min, which he did. But it's still a Yokohama F Marinos ball. 26-year-old Kenta Inoue, very local from Kanagawa Prefecture. Other changes coming for the home team. Gabriel, 22-year-old Brazilian. Another attacker in Becca, Mikael Zade. Georgian. We also have Lee Hui-kyun, who's come on. Definitely a player to keep a close eye on. Gabriel. Brazilian, very promising player. 7 goals in 30 appearances in the league in his debut season. A foul, and here he is, Gabriel. He's got options, and he didn't use them. It's a real moment of relief for the Marinos. Late challenge, that might get revisited and converted into a yellow card. The case. So this is the foul on Elber by Jasir Asani. That's also not great. But it is, by the looks of things, Asani who's been shown the yellow card. The one earlier was also a fairly hefty challenge. Who've been taken off: Lee Kun-hee, Choi Kyung-rok, also had Oh Hoo-song depart as well, one of the 2 goal scorers for Gwangju FC. The attack now is number 99, Becca Mikotadze. Joined the club from the Newcastle Jets last year. He was there for 2 years. Part of the world that he calls home, Australia, although John Hutchinson did play for Malta at international level. Sabara wearing the captain's armband. The departure of Kota Mizunuma. Both of these teams have been, shall we say, inconsistent this season. They're 7th in their respective leagues. And it's given us an inconsistent feel to this match. Park Tae-jun. That's a nasty landing on the right foot, really bent over. Really is painful. Just hope he's okay after that. That replay demonstrated the extent to which there was a clear bend as he went to ground. Lee Kang-hyun preparing to come on. 10 times in the league this season. This is really sad to see. Park Tae-jun, as his concerned teammates watch on. A reminder of the first goal in the second minute from Jasir Asani, and then the third goal for Gwangju. That was immediately followed by the second goal for the Marinos. Well, it is clear that Park Tae-jun is going to have to leave this match, and he leaves it in some significant pain. He's been replaced by Lee Kang-hyun. Lovely ball to Gabriel. The goalkeeper loses it. It's not fully cleared. It is amazingly blocked on the line. I think it was Taiki Watanabe. Having half cleared it, it was on the ground. It's going to come back in again, though, surely. Brilliant play. That's a lovely pass from Asani to Beka Mikkeltadze, who makes it 4-2. Great vision from Asani. Gosh, and now Mikkeltadze is in pain. First ever goal in continental football for him. His 6th for the club in all competitions. But he's hurt. Well, let's have a look back at it. First of all, Gabriel's ball comes in. Goalkeeper sees it skip over the top of him. Then Watanabe clears it against his own goalkeeper, blocks it on the line. The attack goes on, and look at the judgment of this man, Asani. He spots Mikkeltadze as no Marinos defender spotted Mikkeltadze. They won't be able to believe they've allowed him that much space, and he gets caught just after striking the ball. It's that collision with Matsubara that seems to be the problem. Isn't this a thrilling match? It really is fantastic entertainment. And if this is the first time you've ever seen the AFC Champions League in any form, I remind you, you're watching the brand new Elite competition here, as the Marinos go close, courtesy of Uenaka. This is why it's one of the great football competitions out there. This is why it's a must-watch spectacle. Corner kick to Marinos, taken by Elbert, and nicely cleared. Third time in this match, a 2-goal advantage for Gwangju. Player down for the Marinos as Elbert keeps the attack moving. Yamane. Subara just goes straight into Gabriel, whose physical strength is an asset. Marinos with a player down. Gabriel keeps moving. Brilliant pass. Can the substitute Lee Hui-hyun finish? He can! It's 5-2. He was on a run of 8 matches without scoring before this game. But the player who spent his whole career at Gwangju FC gets them their 5th goal in their debut match in continental competition. Made very much by the young Brazilian Gabriel. Takes it from Matsubara, and then links up with Lee Hui-gyun. But just look at the judgment of the young man there. He doesn't know by sight where Lee Hui-gyun is. He knows by instinct, and he was right. That's a good finish too. A special moment for a player whose whole career has been spent in front of those fans. Seven goals, 5 of them for the home team. Surely more than they could possibly have dreamed of. What a debut for Gwangju in the AFC Champions League Elite, and indeed in any form of continental competition. You know it. This is what's going to happen, because the Marinos will really just commit like nobody's business to the attack, and there will be counter-attacking opportunities. I said when young Gabriel came on, just keep a close eye on him. He's a fine young player, and he demonstrates it there with both his power and his execution. How well that was worked out of defence to the score of the most recent goal, Lee Hui-gyun. Now, coming up from full-back, Cho Song-won. Sani to Cho. The goalkeeper has not managed to get it clear. It's another really tough moment for Riku Terakato, and substitute Gabriel makes it 6-2. What an impact he has had. His 9th goal of the season, and that was unmissable. The runners-up from the last edition of this competition having a dreadful beginning to their inaugural Champions League Elite campaign. And he will feel that one with anguish, Terakato. Just couldn't get it properly away. So easy for Gabriel. By the time Matsubara realised what was happening, he was second in that race. How many more can they get? They show no sign whatsoever of being content with whatever lead they have at any given time. Kept attacking. The amount of work that's been put in by these Gwangju players, it's been at the heart of it. Yes, they benefited from a young goalkeeper who's playing the biggest game of his life, who's found it very difficult. It would be disingenuous to pretend that that was not the case. They've had some moments of exquisite technique from high-quality players like Jasir Asani, but this game has been won by an outstanding team effort from Gwangju, by that sort of effort there to try to win the ball back, which they have mostly succeeded in doing in the midfield. Experience coming on in the defence in vice-captain Eduardo. It's Ren Kato who is being taken off. Eduardo, who joined the club from Sagan Tosu 2 years ago. His 26th appearance in the Champions League. It's Inoue. He's done well there, but oh, that might be, well, I don't think if Gabriel pulled him back. He certainly feels that was the case. Sean Evans is in charge of the video review system. Let's have a look at it again. It's a glancing blow, isn't it, from Gabriel, at best. Shots on target, Gwangju, 6 of them scored, 3 on target for the Marinos, 2 of them scored. Safe to say it's not been a goalkeeper's game. He's still got it, Gabriel. Extraordinary. And that's a foul by Eduardo and a card. And that has just made things even worse now for the Yokohama F Marinos. He's only just come on. But brilliant from Gabriel, and he's quite clearly brought down by Eduardo. No doubt about it. Gabriel would have been through on goal, and as a result, the red card issued by Alireza Faghani. A matter of a couple of minutes on the pitch for Eduardo. Just when his experience would have likely been so useful. Now, the Yokohama F Marinos have to endure the remainder of this game. 4 goals down and a player down. Not the most enjoyable of his 10 games in charge. 6 of the previous 9 being victories, 3 losses. They've got themselves a fine young player there, though, haven't they, in Gabriel, who joined at the start of the season from Canelas 2010 in the Portuguese lower leagues. For a couple of years after leaving his first club, Botafogo. Only played once in the top flight of Brazilian football for them as a substitute in 2021. Jung Ho-yeon was Jung Ho-yeon who crossed for Oh Hoo-song for the second goal. Another of the local players, Jung Ho-yeon. He's from Mokpo, southwest port city on the very tip of the Korean peninsula. Literally means tree harbour. One of the places I was talking about earlier that's so famous for its seafood. So many of the Gwangju players are pretty local. This match has been a big step up for all of them. This is the club that I just remind you has only won 2 trophies in its decade and a half of existence. The Korean second division on both occasions. They amazingly were promoted as K-League 2 champions in 2022 and finished third last season, hence making it into the Champions League Elite. I think you can regard this as occasion handling of the highest quality. The team in orange. The beautiful setting of the Gwangju World Cup Stadium. There is, of course, a very long way still to go. 8 match days, but it's a fabulous start for Gwangju. One imagines that their fans wouldn't have been too surprised if you'd said you're going to play the Marinos and you'll concede 2 goals. It's just the other bit that's been so extraordinary. That's good play. Substitute, KOR Sakagibara, who's only scored twice for the club, got into a decent position. Played in both legs of the final last season. I say last season in continental terms, but still technically this season for domestic football in Japan. Left is Gabriel, instead right through the middle to the substitute, and Gabriel's going to put it in, but he's offside. It was Mikkeltadze who got into the initial position. Gabriel's goal has been ruled out for offside. It will of course be confirmed, but let's have a look at it. It's close, isn't it? Interesting to see how long this review process takes. So Sean Evans now in communication with Alireza Fagani. Mikkeltadze, player who initially received the ball. Gabriel, the player who put it in, but it will not count. It was just offside. So really good judgment from the assistant referee in the first instance. Inoue, and from the edge of nowhere, Takuma Nishimura. That's a remarkable strike. Well, there didn't seem to be any real danger there, did there? He's well outside of the area. It's a brilliant goal. It's absolutely unsavable. He's barely scored this season. That's just his third in all competitions. Change made as Lee Min-ki has been replaced by Kim Jin-ho. Goals in this extraordinary match between Gwangju and Yokohama F Marinos. And the finish from Takuma Nishimura, quite possibly the finest of them, but it's a bold thing to try to rank them, because there have been some really high quality goals. Here's Gabriel, whose performance as a substitute has been quite superb. Scored that remarkable left-footed effort from pretty much the middle of the half. Tabata. He's fouled. If this is what we are to expect from Gwangju FC and the Yokohama F Marinos in the inaugural AFC Champions League Elite, we will enjoy watching every one of their games. Shimura to Inoue, excellent cross, needed somebody to go after that around the penalty mark. Sabara straight towards Kim Kyung-min. Substitute Kim Jin-ho, joining the club in January from Gangwon after 2 years in the first team there, played over 50 times in the first tier of football in the Republic of Korea. Towards Elbert. Pushing it towards KOR Sakakibara. Well, we have had true entertainment and a great advertisement for this brand new competition. Please do not forget that the AFC Champions League 2 is also going to get underway. Even more AFC football to watch this season. I think if you were not hugely familiar with AFC football before this, I believe it has sold itself to you based on this match. Gabriel has got an opportunity here, and play has gone on, advantage indicated by Elireza Fagani, and it might be finished. Goalkeeper just put enough pressure on, and really a rare occasion there where Gwangju FC didn't actually make a clear decision in front of goal. At the other end, Elbert, as we enter additional time. Brilliant hit! Goodness! How many more outrageous attempts on goal are we going to have in this match? It's him again, Takuma Nishimura. Meanwhile, at the other end, probably not the ideal player, Kim Jin-ho, yet to score for the club. "12 additional minutes. Most people will be happy to play for an additional couple of hours. Won back fairly by Riku Yamane. Over here for Elbert. They're going to get chances, Gwangju, in additional time, because Marinos are going to have to chase this surely lost cause. Lee Hui-kyun, little flick on, that's exquisite play, and it's finished. by Jasir Hassani. The touch on Mbeka Mikotadze was superb. 7-3 in this 10-goal thriller. And it's a hat-trick for Jasir Hassani, who got it all started in the second minute. Thumped in efforts from outside the area. He's played brilliant passes. He's finished coolly. He's done the lot, hasn't he? That's the touch, though, from Mbeka Mikotadze. It was brilliant. Absolutely perfect. Hat-trick from Jasir Hassani. 7-3. Well, at the start of this match, I wished a happy Thanksgiving to everyone watching who is from the Republic of Korea, a nation that's celebrating its annual Thanksgiving festival over these few days. There are always traditions, aren't there, at Thanksgiving in every nation, films that you watch as a family, food that you always eat as a family, and it may well be in years to come that watching a full replay of this match becomes a Thanksgiving tradition in Gwangju. Miscontrolled, mistimed the challenge by Nishimura. Just imagine the folk who've come out to watch this getting back home, popping in to see the family. How was the game? Yeah, not bad. Were there any goals? Yeah, 1 or 2. Might be more. Gabriel's out on the left. He's not going to get it because Ihui Gyan fancies another moment in the limelight. Having scored in the 72nd minute. Yellow card is to be shown. Pending the conclusion of the medical assistance. Jung Ho Yeon. Once again, we just take a moment to wish Park Tae-jun all the best, because he was in real discomfort as he was taken off injured earlier in the half. So Jung Ho Yeon given a yellow card. Safe to say it won't be one of the many talking points of this match. It's easy to see why the decision was made by Alireza Faghani. Might just be another goal or two. Yamane. Elbert. Trying to link up with Nishimura, who has certainly invigorated the game. Riku Yamane. Matsubara. Clever pass that from Matsubara to Nishimura. Nishimura might get an opportunity to finish. And that was really well blocked. Good awareness from Kim Jin-ho. It wouldn't have been a massive surprise to see Matsubara strike the ball from the edge of the area, because he can do that and has scored from that sort of position before. Doesn't get many goals. Corner kick to the Yokohama F Marinos to be taken by Keigo Sakagibara. It's a good ball. Through from the back, Takumi Kamijima. Scored since 2020 when he was playing for Avispa Fukuoka. Still got several minutes to go. A game that has been, frankly, a moment of fantasy for the Gwangju fans. I don't think anyone would begrudge them now just holding on to the ball for a moment or two. Controlled that from Becca Mikotadze. Gabriel is his clearest option. Instead, the space is created. That was a really good run from Kim Jin-ho. A rare moment for Riku Terakado that can be categorised as a comfortable save. Inoue. Last few minutes. Ended at 3-2. If it would be the moment for the Marinos to chase the game down successfully, to equalise and maybe use their experience to worry the Gwangju players and to go into the lead. Actually, Gwangju never better than when that goal went in from Elbair. That's when they really accelerated. Fantastic spell they had of 3 goals in 6 minutes. 3 different players. Goes to Kenta Inoue, plenty of space. And just a little behind Asahi Uenaka. Still, the Yokohama F Marinos are determined to get a 4th goal. Many occasions in your footballing career where you'll be part of a team that scores 3 and loses by a 4-goal margin. And having been injured earlier in the process of getting a yellow card, Chung Ho-yeon looks to be still feeling that. All The substitutions have, as you'd expect by this stage, been used. No foul on Gabriel. Thought it was going to be for a moment. Too much of a stretch there for Kenta Inoue. How do you even begin to sum up that? 10 goals, 7 of them to the home team on their debut in continental competition. 3 of them to a brilliant Albanian. All of it contributing to one of the most memorable matches these fans will have ever seen at the Gwangju World Cup Stadium. This stadium was built for a competition where the Republic of Korea made the semi-final stage and in the quarter-finals beat Spain on this very pitch. Well, this enters the list of fantasy moments that have happened on this turf in front of these fans in this part of the world. Extraordinarily, almost unbelievably, it finishes at the end of match day 1 in the inaugural AFC Champions League Elite. Gwangju 7, Yokohama F Marinos 3.